What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about the preview of Gotham Knights that IGN did to conclude their IGN first. So it's over. We had the full month. They showed quite a bit, as we talked about in yesterday's video. Did they show enough? Have they, do they need to show more going forward? That's definitely a debate we can have separately, and again, I did in that other video. But this preview was kind of odd. Now, I didn't, hate it or anything. I actually thought it was rather okay, but it was interesting because, well, number one, a lot of the stuff that they said, we've already heard. It was more, I would say, kind of streamlining the information because they've done it in interviews, like in different kind of articles, different online publications here and there, and it's easy to miss out on all those things. So details like when you go into another player's game, you're untethered. You can literally go anywhere in that world. You can fight with them in a mission, or you can, or I guess, mission, not exactly. In fact, they kind of say if you're doing like a dungeon, like a Court of Owls dungeon, that's not the case. But if you're kind of free roaming, if you're just hanging out, going after collectibles, stopping heists and stuff, you don't have to do it with the other person. You can literally just go around in their world and do whatever, and progress will keep up with both of you. You'll both gain progress. You can go back into your world, and if you do a story mission that you already did with your friend in their world, in their game, the game will ask you, do you want to do it again, or do you want to skip it? Things like that. We've heard, and again, why do I bring that up? We've heard that before. We actually knew that that was going to be the case, but not everybody, pays attention to literally everything that this game puts out. So, overall, it's fine. And even IGN, I'm actually kind of impressed, or actually maybe surprised would be the word. IGN almost kind of got a little critical there when they were like, we were there. We heard all this stuff. We saw all this stuff. We weren't able to actually touch the controller. We weren't able to actually play the game, so we don't know how the combat feels in our own hands. That's odd. And I continue to give these guys credit, WB Montreal. They are very confident, I think they believe in their game. I 100% believe that they believe in their game. I think they've shown a lot. They've put all the cards on the table, and they said, if you like it or you hate it, here's the game we're making. But it's weird. I don't know if it's necessarily the worst thing of all time, but it's definitely odd that you did all of this stuff, and IGN wasn't able to actually touch it. They also didn't show any of the story. The only story stuff that any of us saw was in that first 16 minutes. That was it. IGN didn't get anything on the how you unlock story missions, what the story missions are, the actual story itself, like any of that stuff we didn't get. Also, they told IGN that there is an endgame to this game, that there will be like endgame content, but they refused to say what the endgame content is. IGN speculated, to what it is. You could argue, do they not say, now, because I saw this in the chat of the preview for IGN, is the reason why they didn't say anything because Batman is alive and you find out in the final mission, and maybe that changes the ending of the game, so the end game maybe is different? Is it raids that you do in the end game? I know there's also been talk with this game about potential DLC, right? They said there is no microtransactions, but they kind of lied about that. There actually is. You can buy the deluxe edition skin pack and all that stuff. You can buy that separate. That's the DLC, quote unquote. And then the question is, could you potentially add in DLC later for end game content? I think that's rather likely as well. So yeah, there was nothing, again, I can't really think of anything that they actually said in this preview that was absolutely new. The whole day-night cycle, day only takes place in the Belfry. I guess the only thing new would be that you kind of learn about crimes the day before they happen, but you don't have to learn about them. They'll just you can just explore and they will just randomly happen, or you can find clues, go to the Belfry during the day, kind of plan things. They made it sound like basically if you get kind of clues that maybe the map will illustrate that, okay, we know where this side mission, but not a villain side mission, just a side, or maybe not even a side mission, a side thing, we know where this is going to take place. So if you find a collectible or a clue, which maybe is a collectible, that there's going to be an armed robbery, then you go to the Belfry during the day, and then maybe it would appear, they didn't say this, maybe it would appear on your map, and then you would know for sure where it's going to be, but you don't have to. If you don't do it, it's okay. And also missions reset, or the kind of random heists, random activities that are going on around the world, they reset. I don't think the villain things reset, even though they didn't do a good job at all of talking about that, because they talked about how say if there's like a robbery of like a bank and you don't do it, that's gone. Like there maybe will be another robbery of a different bank like later on, but that event happened and you didn't stop it, and so you go to the next day and that mission is not available anymore. They then transitioned in the preview. They transitioned from that into the side villains that you learn about, say Harley or Clayface, and then you do their missions. I don't think those missions will disappear. Like if you see it on your map and you don't do it and you go to the next day, they'll be gone and you won't be able to do the Harley Quinn mission line. That would be atrocious, and I don't even know the words. Atrocious is the only word I can think of right now. They would be bad. Okay, so I don't think that's going to happen, but they didn't do a good job of explaining that, in my opinion, even though we can all kind of assume what they meant. It wasn't necessarily said like they said other things. So this is it. We're at the end, so we'll see what they do in September. We'll see what they do in October, but as I said yesterday, once we get to probably October, 5th to 10th of October, like that first week or two, review codes are going to, whether or not, people that you like are going to get the review codes like on YouTube, review codes are going to go out. It's game time. So we only got about a month and 2 weeks left, and we'll see what they can do in that time. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Make sure you guys are subscribed, bell icon turned on so you know when all these videos go up. If you want to follow or support me anywhere else, all my social media is in the description below. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you all on the next one.